Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm Drunken Dan, and you can introduce yourself if you want.
I was just kind of sad because we actually had like an intro this time.
So I do have probably like one of the few. So as I mentioned, I was gonna start talking about. I was gonna start watching the Buu saga. I'm still really early in, so I don't got a whole lot that I can talk about. But there is one thing that I picked up on pretty quick. It's a misconception I've had about the character Videl.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have had. So a lot of people, usually when they're talking about Super, or like later in the series, usually comment on that they're annoyed that she's no longer hot-headed. And I actually for a long time thought she was hot-headed. For some reason my memory thought of that. But when I was watching it again, recently where I am, she's not really a hothead. She can get a temper, but she's more cold than anything else. Like, she's more cold and distant when she doesn't really care for you or doesn't trust you. Then kind of opens up more as she gets to know you and becomes more friendly. She's only really gets pissy if you, like, push your buttons enough times.
Fair. I mean...
But that was something I kind of noticed, I don't know.
I'll be honest, like, my memories of Buu Saga are limited. Limited to say the least. Well, memories of Buu Saga outside of stuff that obviously you've replayed a dozen times in every single fucking video game.
Like Cell and Frieza and...
Yeah.
Like, hell, like, my memory of them was, like, there were, like, some bits I forgot of them when I was rewatching it, but for the most part, my memory of them was really clear, where, like, even with, like the Saiyaman Saga, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh! Like I said with the Videl thing, I was like, oh! I thought she was a hothead, huh? For some reason I always, when I was younger, I interpreted her as a hothead, but she really isn't.
It's because most of the time you just see her scowling for a lot of her introductory episodes.
Yeah, she's more scowling and just kind of glaring and trying to think, and, like, trying to process, who Gohan exactly is, and usually kind of just glares at people because she doesn't really trust a whole lot of people, which makes sense considering who she is.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get someone telling me I was wrong or not.
I mean, I would love to tell you you're wrong, but I honestly don't remember, so... I try not to spread too much false and misinformation. Only when it's funny.
Or when you're working for Fox News. Oh wait, you don't work for Fox News, never mind.
Or if you're working for Channel Awesome.
Oh, that's a segue if I ever heard one.
I mean, oh my god, they put out an apology today, I think, to date this episode.
Oh, yeah, so I haven't seen it. I know of the controversy, but I have not watched their apology video, but I knew this was coming because they made, like, their two little statements, one of anger, or I think it was, like, denial or an anger, one of the two, and this one's probably bargaining. Is it bargaining? Tell me it's bargaining.
This one's basically the... I mean, it's funny you say Fox News, because their response is basically, okay, well, everything they said was fake. It's fake news. It didn't happen like that. Just because all these other, like, women reported hostile environments, we have, like, cute women here who didn't. And it's like, well, that's why you should, getting rid of the accusations. That's just moving goalposts.
I mean, like, some, like, in any kind of workplace, there are going to be women who are who aren't going to have to deal with it, thankfully, but still, it doesn't mean that none of that happened.
It's more so like the argument of, I'm not racist, I have a black friend. It's like,
it
doesn't change that you are racist, it's just, as I said, it's about moving the goalpost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, this whole Channel Awesome explosion has just been somewhat hilarious to watch from the sidelines. Like...
Kinda, honestly.
It just kind of one day just all happened. And it's like, oh, well, I'll be honest, I'm amazed that they still had views, or like a site. I kind of expected them to, well, not yet shut down, but just for that well to dry up, because the internet reviewer scene is pretty not great at the moment. Well, it hasn't been for the last few years.
There's a lot of reviewers out there that kind of have their audience, and like a lot of them kind of took over the old, like, Channel Awesome people and kind of... I'm trying to think of the right word, but like...
apparently
surpassed, I guess?
Apparently Angry Joe announced that he'd quit, and his fans were like, "You're on Channel Awesome?"
I forgot he was on Channel Awesome too.
I forgot he existed.
I knew he still existed because right now, apparently he's funny enough partnered with Capcom doing a fucking tabletop Street Fighter game on Kickstarter. It doesn't. The miniatures they showed look decent, but
Capcom can't even make a fucking good Street Fighter video game.
Yeah.
How are they gonna make a good tabletop game?
Okay, so one of these days I kind of feel like I should start doing like edited videos like on like pieces with game design and stuff. There's like one I kind of want to do on why Street Fighter V is like built the way it is, because I can kind of go into a little bit here. This is obviously unscripted, so my thoughts aren't like completely collected, but so what happened with Street Fighter V is because they're so obsessed with the competitive scene, the game is like built in such a way that is like so sterile, where you can't really get creative with it because, you know, they're terrified of balancing. So like it feels less like Street Fighter because you can't get creative with it, and more like Mortal Kombat where everything is so fucking strict and restricted.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the problem with Street Fighter V. The other issue the game has, I've noticed, because I've played it and then played like Street Fighter 4 back to back, and one thing I noticed between the two of them is Street Fighter 4 is way better and is like way more responsive. Like Street Fighter 5 is like both kind of like stiff, like in the way like the characters move around, and it's very, very loose. Where sometimes I'll accidentally do a move I didn't want to do. So like I'll be trying to do say like I'll be trying to set up a combo where I'm trying to do say like Sakura's uppercut, but instead she fires off her super special, and that's not what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
To give you kind of an idea of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I get you.
That's kind of a problem I noticed in the game, and then like when I play like Street Fighter 4, the game is it's the way they put it together is just so much better. It feels better, it controls better. It's just hell, even like so the game's not as technically pretty quote 4, but like the models are more polished to where like parts aren't clipping into the model like when they're just fucking standing there. Like the Ken, you know that Ken select screen is still a problem in that game. You know where he is like where his like hair is clipping through his shoulder.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, that's still an issue. Yeah, that's still a thing.
But actually, I do wonder about that. Why do you think that is the case? Like the sudden, like, massive drop down in quality? Because it's not like production team changed drastically from 4 to 5, did it? I mean, I know still the director.
Well, okay. So 4 was developed by Dimps.
Irony, because the guys used to the Dragon Ball games.
Yeah, so Dimps was the developer of 4, and Ono was their producer. So it was actually a outsourced game, believe it or not. And funny enough, Dimps also has one of the original directors of Street Fighter 2 on it. And with this game, I think it's all in-house. I think like with some random bits outsourced. Like I think parts are like thrown all around. Where like I think like some of the character models are done by different people. So that's why like characters don't seem to have like a consistent art style to them. Like the game doesn't have one because like Minat does not look like she belongs in the game. Like if you look at her model versus a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of this weird inconsistent art style because I think they were working with Sony. I think they wanted to get it out quick because, I mean, they also rushed it out because they wanted to get it into the hands of the pro scene because their giant focus was esports. A lot of people think like the whole like Armika boob thing was because of the quote-unquote SJWs. But what it was because they wanted to have Street Fighter V be heavily focused on the esports. And that means you can't, because it's on TV, you can't have the butt slap.
Yeah, getting rid of that.
So that's why that was taken out. It wasn't because of the quote-unquote SJWs or anything like that. They toned things down because of esports. So all of the problems with Street Fighter V can be brought to the fact that they focus so hard on esports. In fact, a lot of games can be brought to that point, like Overwatch. Well, that's besides the point. Wait, no, that is the point.
On the bright side, when Tracer's like victory pose got like cut out because it was too provocative. You know, they replaced it with a victory pose that was like even more provocative, right? Like
it's based off of a pinup.
Yeah.
And it's so like my only problem with the old pose was it was boring and it didn't really like show off her like more playful, energetic personality. And the other one I'm fine with.
I'll be honest. I thought when you said show off her, I was kind of expecting that to go a different direction, buddy.
I mean, if we're going to talk about showing her off, the other one shows her off just fine, if not more.
Yeah, well, I think that was...
If we're going to talk about that version of showing off.
But, yeah, it's actually funny talking about game design, because they've released some things about the Spidey PS4 game, finally. And, yeah, it's all hard-locked into 30 FPS, we all know this.
Which I'm fine with, I don't care.
But one of the most interesting things they said in, like, all the pre-production stuff, like, because most of that is usually fluff, but they said their favourite Spider-Man game, do you know what it was?
What?
The PS1 game.
Good taste.
It's literally like one of the best written Spider-Man games ever.
It is. Good taste.
I'm not going to say this because I rewatched Civil War yesterday, and I realised, man, I still have not gotten my Spider-Man on film. Hashtag not my Spider-Man. Like,
what, you don't like Iron Lad, Spider?
No. I'm a simple man with simple tastes. I just like my Spidey. I like him to be, you know, Peter Parker, down on his luck. Life kicks him in the balls, but he keeps getting back up and he keeps trying. And he's always got a nice little quip on hand. He's always ready to throw an insult into at Doc Ock. And, you know, it's kind of that. That's what I want. And also, he's like one of the few heroes who just goes around and does things for the sake of doing things because it's right, and not like because the villain is his long lost brother, or the villain tried to kill his friends and family, or
right.
Like, it's what I want out of the Spidray Man. And as I said,
honestly, we other than like some of the characters in My Hero Academia, I can't think of a hero in a while that's just been like, I'm doing this just to be good. And just because it's right.
Daredevil in the Netflix series is like that.
Okay.
So, because that's why I think the Daredevil Netflix series is the best of all the Netflix series, and probably the best superhero show ever, the superhero TV show that's been out in years, decades, ever. Because I realised that for a film you kind of need to have a much more personal connection and investment to get certain characters, to get like characters and audiences to go along with it. But it does kind of reach this point of absurdity when where every hero is like kind of just doing things for, on some level, a personal grudge or self-satisfaction.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like stuff where heroes are just heroes because that's what heroes do, or
and for some reason, a lot of writers now are terrified of doing that. That's why, like, every time people get their hands on Superman, they're like, I know! I have a great idea! Let's make him evil again! It was so good in the Red Sun! Which is the only good one.
And, it's not like the characters need much more motivation than their basic stuff. Like, Spider-Man has a horrible traumatic experience because Uncle Ben dies literally because he decided it wasn't his problem to stop a mugger.
Yeah, he was being selfish, and then he paid for it.
And it's like, well, that's motivation enough. Why the kid would go on life thinking that, if he screws up or screws up some more, all the other problem, pain, and misery he's going to cause, not just to himself but to other people. That's the core driving factor on him. This is why I just hate Homecoming on the basic level. I still haven't seen it, but I just don't like it for that simple fact that it just completely misses what the character is. Like, we need Iron Man to be there to tell him and put him on the straight and narrow and to keep him as, he needs to be there to beat him up when he's down, to basically say, but you're not good enough. Or if without the suit you're nothing. It's like, you don't get to say that to Spider-Man.
Yeah, especially, this is fresh off of this asshole making Ultron.
And,
causing a war.
And Civil War. And I still find it absolutely hilarious that per Civil War standard, or per Civil War, the Secretary of State or Defense is fucking Thunderbolt Ross. Thunderbolt, I created Abomination in a lab because I have a hate boner for Bruce Banner. Ross. He's literally, because of him, Harlem was destroyed. the Hulk continues to go out to run around doing Hulk things. It's like, why? Who would honestly put him in charge? I mean, apart from Trump, but this was before the Trump days.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I was gonna say, like, there's a time I was like, Lex Luthor is the president of DC? That's far-fetched. Who would vote a villain? And then my country did.
Who'd vote? It's just like, I mean, that's not fair. Lex is way more charismatic and intelligent.
And an actual successful businessman.
Yeah.
But,
Anyway, enough politics.
Oh, I don't mind taking pot shots at Donald Trump, but, besides the point.
We don't...
What were we talking about before we went into that? Oh, yes, what was it? Fuck, where were we? God damn.
Let's see, if it's to trace it all, we started off talking about Videl's character, then we moved over to discussing the Channel Awesome controversy, then we moved on to, discussing Spider-Man. Oh no, then we discussed Street Fighter, and then Spider-Man, and then...
Okay, now I remember, it was something with Spider-Man. Okay, so there's only one thing that I am concerned about with that game. Do you know who's voicing Spider-Man?
No.
It's Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen eventually, right?
I'm just like, please. He's not a bad voice actor, but all I'm gonna hear is Yuri Lowenthal.
Well, I mean, he probably just did what he usually did and broke into a recording booth again.
No, apparently what happened was one of the directors fought tooth and nail for him to be the voice actor. I'm not kidding.
Should have got Reno Romano, the guy from the PS1 Spidey. I can understand not getting some of the other people, like Neil Patrick Harris back, or... Fuck, who was, Spectacular Spider-Man guy, Josh Keaton, I think.
Oh no, 18 just came out of the bushes with 21!
Wait, what? 18 just came out of 21's bush?
There's some fan art, probably.
Probably, definitely.
100%
it's there. And if it's not there, it will be.
It'll be there after this gets uploaded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did finally buy, like, one of those model kits for Cell, so I'm gonna finally actually have a Cell on my display. Once it comes in the mail.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to building that. I haven't built a model kit in a while, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. What kind of rapey position are you gonna squeeze Cell into?
The fuck?
Oh please.
No?
I've seen...
No!
We've all seen how you push your Aunt May.
Listen, it's funny. That one's funny.
Yeah, it's real funny, and it's not at all disturbing.
It's like a fucking horror movie monster. Because it looks like a horror movie monster.
Now please, show us on the Aunt May doll where Dan touched you.
What?
Man, so how are the villains going, by the way?
Well, right now I'm beating up 18, a clone Krillin, and a clone Future Trunks. As Celluloid.
I mean, none of them are really a threat to Cell, so...
Yeah.
Or ever were a threat to Cell.
I mean, like, maybe for like a second 18 was? Like in his first form, maybe? Actually, now she would be, considering what Super, like, gave everybody a power-up. And now I'm Freezor. Because, Cell was getting a little low on health.
Yeah. So yeah, there's just been a lot of stuff to talk about in the world this week. You know, literally, I was talking to a friend and he said there's 9 people left on Channel Awesome, and then like 5 minutes later, there are 7 people left on Channel Awesome.
There's an image, what was it? It was released like 2 days ago from Guru Larry.
Yeah.
Where it was like, Channel Awesome, I think at the same time, like back in 2015 versus now.
Yeah. Just like...
And, yeah, it's such a difference. And, what was it? One of the ones that was kind of funny we looked at were like, wait a minute, the Blockbuster Buster's still a thing?
When I saw that image, I was like, really? Him? Wow, we are scraping the barrel.
I mean, they probably just never fired him, and his videos suck, so he had to cling on to something. Like, his videos were just awful.
I think I saw one of his videos, and I was like, why is this Linkara cosplayer here?
And 18's on the ground.
Oh, well.
Finished already?
But it's just, man, it's kind of funny looking at that compared to like other companies like Rooster Teeth, which has definitely had a lot of controversy over the years.
Good one. Do you really
Yeah, they have.
But they're still going. But then I guess Rooster Teeth is more like a kind of TV network just on the internet, really.
And like a lot of them kind of started off knowing each other as friends, so that kind of helps, I guess. Like in real life, not like so much like internet personalities.
I'm pretty sure the only reason the Cinema Snob sticks around is because he lives in Chicago.
Probably.
It's like ridiculously easy, and he gets like a whole bunch of stuff for that. Well, in any case, I'm sure more and more stuff's going to come out from that, especially in the wake of this apology they put out.
I would not trust her if I were you. Seems to me
Oh.
she's got something up.
I like how that's okay. I can see this when the heroes are gonna show up because she's like, "Oh, 18's gonna come in more handy than I thought," and Frieza's like, "Wait a fucking minute. Wait a minute." Oh, yep, here we go. I like their reaction.
She's wide open.
Oh, Nappa's, you fucking idiot! Shut up.
Know what's going on here.
God damn it, Nappa!
Ganyu, put that down. Oh, here we go. Okay, now Cell, do the thing you don't do last time. Talk with your mouth. Tell them what's going on.
Use your words.
What have you done to my wife?
Uh-oh. Holy shit, someone destroyed the Destructo Disc, finally.
The Destructo Disc continued to do nothing? I'm shocked.
Yeah, it got defeated by Genyu's fucking milky cannon, is that what it's called?
I think so. Come on now, man.
That's what you were after.
Ginyu's weird.
The suspense is killing me. Who will win?
Fucking Captain Milk.
Actually, Frieza's like, oh, so that's what you're doing. So at least one of them figured it out in this version. But I got a feeling it's gonna start with a fight.
I mean, it's like a superhero team-up. It always starts with a fight.
Yeah.
It's like how...
Except, you know, I'm playing as the old villains.
It's like how Mortal Kombat 9, even when it's like good friends, it always has to result in a brutal, bloody fight. And then they get back up after it. It was just like, well, okay, I'm glad you convinced me, Johnny Cage. All you had to do was shatter my sternum.
I really hate, like, in every crossover, they gotta fight first. It's so dumb.
I mean,
Nappy? He called him Nappy. I approve.
he is full of shit, so it does make sense.
She's out cold.
So
Uh.
tell me, do you know who she is?
I don't. Hey, villains, open your mouths. Tell them.
Her sacrifice
Talk!
saved
Use your... Spew forth words from your mouth hole!
Would you look at that action?
Oh, I don't think they're listening.
Oh, Cell finally did it. Would you look at that act she's putting on?
Well, so be it.
That is just so typical.
Oh, damn it. Now he's just like, we'll just defeat them all. Fuck, Cell!
I mean,
Cell, you idiot!
he's a perfect dumbass, I'll give him that.
Yeah, he is.
This is a
He does have Goku's cells in him, after all.
Yeah, he is at least...
Oh, it's because he just wants to fight Goku, of course.
And on top of that, you hurt 18. You're gonna pay.
Krillin, just be quiet. You can't hurt anybody. I like that psycho look they just gave her.
She intends to play the victim and
Need.
fight each other.
She's pretty cray-cray.
Perfectly. Now I
Yeah, even like Frieza's like, oh, I know the plan, but you know what? I want payback. You guys are fucking dumb.
even if it stands.
I mean, of course they're fucking dumb. It's Dragon Ball villains.
Dragon Ball.
It's not just Dragon Ball, it's also Dragon Ball villains.
Yeah. Because, like... I can't do... Okay, I can either say I can't do that to Frieza, or go, okay. Should I just submit to the stupidity, or just be like, no, stop?
I say submit. It'd be way faster.
Yeah, probably.
This is the fate that befalls those who anger me. Now you should see how
I mean, I did choose an option earlier that said, I will gladly welcome you to my galactic empire.
Yeah.
Hey, at least, like, if you just, like, agree with him, he's like, haha, you know what, I don't want to destroy you, in fact, I want to give you a job! You know, he's not such a bad boss when you think about it. Other than the whole killing and genocide.
Yeah, apart from even killing his own men just because they looked at him funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand killing Vegeta after he, tried to kill him. But then it's like...
How many times?
Yeah, but then it's like, why did you kill, Sorbet? Or not Sorbet, Taguma. Oh no, yes, he didn't kill Taguma because then he came back. Because apparently Taguma was, like, so vital that we had to keep him alive. Fucking Taguma.
Him and his son.
But yeah, I always find it funny in Resurrection F where Frieza's just like, don't worry Vegeta, I'll give you a job. It's like, why do you want to give Vegeta a job though? He doesn't...
I like how Frieza's now making fun of him because he lost to Gohan when he was a kid.
I mean, he lost to Goku, who was just a mere Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Let me think. It wasn't me, so.
Remind me, who was it who lost to Goku twice? Let me think, it wasn't me, so. I love the sass between these two.
I mean, remember that time they were in GT and Goku defeated them with the greatest of ease?
Remember in Z when a filler character defeated them with the greatest of ease?
Hey, Placon's great.
Still a filler character.
Yeah. And now he's gone forever.
He's about as canon as Broly.
Perhaps you should read.
Well, Goku. As usual, you don't seem to know how trouble your mouth can get you in. It appears I'll have to dispose of you first after all.
Boring. I suppose
Well then.
we could fight to decide which one of us to defeat Goku first.
Very well. However, plan on
Cell just wants to fight everybody.
will be mine.
He is part Goku after all, and Vegeta.
Yeah, he's got both of them in him. He's got a little bit of Piccolo in him too. You know, this feels like it's not even a match because it's just like I got Cell and Frieza on my team, and then there's just fucking Nappa because fourth character, and then you got Goku and then a Krillin because Krillin's just there.
Because it's Krilla time.
This feels like a mismatch. It's Kriller time!
Never gonna be a thing.
It's never gonna be a thing, is it?
I mean, Krillin does get the best wife at the end of the day, so...
He married Videl?
Oh, you. Oh, you.
Oh, me. Oh, my. What am I doing? I'm just flipping in the air like an idiot.
Well, with you, it's never like an idiot. It just is an idiot. Oh, no.
Aye, fair.
But hey, at least you're having
It's
fun.
just a theory. A game theory.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off with that shit.
Now the attendant, Elizabeth in Persona 4.
I hate that fucking channel so much.
I'm not even kidding about that one. He did that.
Did he?
Yes. He did that recently. He did like a whole... I didn't watch the whole video, but I know what it was about. He did like a game theory on what Teddy is, and he right away thinks that Teddy is the shadow of the fucking protagonist.
But Teddy, we already know what Teddy is. They explained it in the game!
Is he just like a creation of Igor's?
No! He's just a fucking Teddy! He's just a shadow that develops a personality, that develops a ego. So you think of like, the shadow is just kind of your raw id, right? It's just...
It's been a while since I played it. I remember, I figured it was either that or like the same thing as Morgana, because it's been a while since I played the damn game.
No, what happens is, what happens is, basically Teddy starts off life as just a regular old shadow. There's a shadow that develops like kind of sense of self, and that kind of leads into him becoming like sort of losing his memory. Because he didn't have memory, that's the point. He was just kind of a formless, shiftless, mindless creature. A shadow, a pure, simple shadow. But because he developed this kind of sense of self, that then led to him meeting people and developing like ego and super ego, which led into him creating a persona. It's like, it's not like overly complicated as to what Teddy is. He's not the shadow of the protagonist by any stretch of the imagination, because leaving aside the obvious point of, well, the two protagonist has his persona without ever facing the truth about himself. Teddy has literally nothing to do with the protagonist in terms of his characterization or what he learns.
Oh no, I know this. You don't.
I know
It's I just forgot if he was like I just forgot if he was just because I forgot if he was just a shadow, or if he's like the same thing Morgana was, where it's like a Igor creation.
Igor,
But that's all I kind of forgot. Or Igor. I like calling him Igor, but I corrected myself, and then I should have corrected myself properly and called him Igor.
yeah. So as I said, that's just that. It's not really a case of how do you theorize about something that they just flat out tell you in the game. Like,
I like how to stop Frieza from killing Goku, I just took control of his body, like, alright, bitch, okay, enough of this. Now is not the time for that.
And now you intend to lecture.
I mean, we could just team up with him and then kill 21.
Stop wasting all this time.
I mean, think of how this looks from an outsider's perspective. You're suggesting that we team up with Frieza, a ruthless psychopath, in order to kill an attractive redhead.
Wait, I'm sorry, I was reading the text,
I
what?
was saying, think of how it looks from an outsider's perspective. You're suggesting that Goku and Frieza, mortal enemies, team up in order to kill an attractive redhead who's, not really is only sort of done things that just mildly piss people off.
I mean, we know that,
That was a different timeline.
I mean, I know what's going on. Because I know she's the conductor of all this shit. In fact, Frieza's somewhat aware of that, too. He just wants to kill Goku. I like how Cell actually now just goes, give it up, Frieza. Just fuck it.
Don't say conductor. It reminds me of how they did the Music Meister in the CW Flash show. It was bad.
If I must release control, I will leave things to
I mean, I know this is an old thing at this point, but it still annoys me. It's like, why would you have the music? Why would you call someone the Music Meister if they're not the Music Meister?
work like mad until we undo this wretched link. Understand me?
I like how he's like, you know what? I can whatever. I know I can beat them now. So fuck it, sure. But you better work like a dog, you fucking asshole.
Well,
So now I'm Frieza.
now I am the Frieza. Or are you cooler?
Frieza is totally frozen.
No, he's frozen.
Oh,
Hey, Frieza!
but so you're chilled
Are we
then.
done here? Aren't you gonna turn gold like you did last time?
And there we go, bringing up the fact that he can turn gold.
Frieza.
I mean, it is kind of funny that they left him with made it a very potent transformation. Well, they made it an outright transformation, considering all the other things they tried not to have as transformations.
I like how Frieza's like, his Cell knows what's going on, and he's just like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just kill him.
It's got to be easier, right?
Yeah.
I mean, very few problems that can't be solved by killing at least one person.
True.
Of course I am. I was merely conversing on the inside. Trying to steal my prey while I'm
Oh.
busy. You've got some.
So yeah.
Well, Frieza's in control again.
Oh.
Ball, Frieza. That's what you get for losing control.
What was that?
Damn it, Frieza.
Hey,
That fucking smug smirk.
but can anyone tell me what's going on?
Oh, are we actually gonna talk now?
This is odd. I can feel
Gonna
it,
sit down and talk about our problems like real men?
but then he froze up for some reason.
Like humans? I mean, most of these people here are aliens, but
I
still.
was say, who here actually qualifies as a human?
Krillin.
Hmm, jury's still out on that one.
Unbelievably ridiculous
18's like a cyborg.
I guess.
situation.
So I guess Krillin and 18. But 18's also knocked out on the ground, so she can't really talk right now.
I'm afraid so. It appears they've already
I mean,
established a link.
I don't want to make the jokes, but but game, you are making it too easy.
As you wish.
So Frieza decides to leave them alone, mainly because I wouldn't give him back control until he did.
No, Frieza, until you learn to play nice, you can't have your body.
But I want my body! Oh. Oh, so we're all sticking around now.
So tell me,
We're all
what does
friends.
that mean?
This is the friend zone.
We just explained everything to you,
Do,
please.
do, 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 do.
Wow, we're in... Goku has gotten so dumb from Super that even Nappa's like, are you really this fucking stupid?
Sameness. I detest their inability to communicate.
I mean, even Nappa.
All they know how to do is fight.
It's pretty bad when Nappa's like, what were you, are you really this dumb?
You mean the reason we
Can't believe I lost to this guy.
is because of 21 and the Red Ribbon Army? And somehow, a living soul got linked up
Nappa, the world-class...
So basically this is basically the same story except for instead of me linking with Goku at the start, I linked with Frieza.
yeah.
So it's basically the same thing, but except for I linked with Frieza instead.
Sure, I want to be complimented by you, though.
Okay, I get it. So it's not like they're going together, it's just like an alternate timeline,
Yeah.
Inside his body at the same time.
what if sort of thing. Like, what if I linked with the villain instead?
It's...
Good thing he linked
Actually, if the villains and heroes are teaming up like this is technically a better end than the other one. Because you got more manpower to kill 21.
Oh, but she needs all the manpower we can muster.
Okay, so the soul that is inside Frieza.
Well, as I said, once we finish this, we still have one more story to get through, and it's probably the most boring story, but it's the final one.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the one where you can only be like 16 and 18.
The first, like, half or so, it's just 16 and 18.
We can beat 20.
Ugh.
Yep.
I like them as characters, but that's it.
Yep.
I can't like. Ugh.
Arc System Works made the good game.
I mean, they did, but still. At least put like one other character in there.
Because of you, I was made to
I mean, they do eventually put in multiple characters in, it just takes a while. So I hope you like playing as 18. Or I guess 16 if you just want to cheese your way to victory.
How about I just destroy you all right here?
Cell, you are an idiot. Why don't I just kill everyone?
Thing letting you all move right now,
That would be bad.
isn't it? But what if I was to tell you that there's a way for you to free yourselves for real?
Once again, though, no one ever accused Cell of being smart.
Ooh. You mean you know how to undo the link that's hurting us and set us free?
I like how Goku's kind of lying here. It's like, oh, I know a way to get you on. I know a way so you can move around. Fine, go ahead, listen. I'm not lying.
I mean, you're pretty clever trick if it was a lie, wouldn't it?
Don't. At this
Yeah.
very moment, you have other souls inside you, right? Ask yourself,
Man.
doesn't it feel weird to have someone else constantly lurking inside you? Yes.
But yeah.
I like, does it feel weird there's souls inside of you? I mean, yeah, it'd be pretty weird if some other soul came into me. I can't wait to rip this soul out of my body. I'm not in your body currently, I don't think.
Why don't I just
I'm not in your body.
I'm probably still in Frieza.
Are you sure this is a
Still deep inside Frieza.
I don't know, but I'm sure it'll work out in the
Does
end.
Frieza eat?
Fine then.
He ate a crab once.
Oh, yeah, he did. Wait, how does he defecate?
That reply
Out his
tells me
butthole.
This isn't some sneaky
But he doesn't have a butthole.
It just like closes up.
Okay then.
Is it like a dolphin?
Yeah.
Like a dolphin's penis?
I mean, how does this
What, a butthole?
species procreate?
It's true.
Because he has a father and a brother sometimes, and
Uh,
a great grandfather, I think, or a something father.
up, and clones were taking shots at Bulma.
No, not the clones. Damn it, Bulma.
It's a good thing the clones can't fucking shoot worth shit.
Now is not the time for this.
What you will. You must teach us how to undo the links right now.
Unbelievable. The one person who can operate the neutralizing machine,
Oh, I like how you waited till now to say, oh yeah, Bulma's the one who can do it.
we are unable to save Bulma. You'll all be stuck like that forever. What are you talking about?
Even though he's technically lying.
So, I suggest you get out of our way.
Actually, I bet you it's not a case of him lying, because this is Goku. It's probably more of a case of him forgetting, because he's Goku.
Yeah.
At least Goku now.
In order to sever this wretched link.
Well, you want to sever this link, Frieza, but I thought we had something special. A nice audio leveling there, game. I couldn't hear part of Cell's dialogue there because the music was too loud. What is this, Sonic Adventure 2?
Oh, it can't be Sonic Adventure 2. You can beat this game.
You can beat Sonic Adventure 2, it just sucks.
What, you couldn't?
No, I can. I've beaten it before.
Who was it who said they literally couldn't beat the stage with Rouge and the
I can beat it, it's fucking hell and I hate it. Do you want to do this map, or do you think we should stop?
Maybe we should call it there. We've been going for a while. We've got a lot of hot topics. We pissed a bunch of people off.
Yeah, and we're kind of running out of dumb shit to talk about, so...
Wait till next...
We can always come back.
We can wait till next week. We'll be in World War 3.
By then we'll probably be dead, so...
We can only hope.
Anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying Dragon Ball FighterZ, the podcast. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Probably for real.